Part 28. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Da Cha Xiao. Chapter 271. At dawn, Wang Ran got out of the sleeping bag. To say that the quality of the sleeping bag is really good, it can accommodate 3 people. Although the movement is a little inconvenient, the basic movements can still be done. On the other side, Zhangqiazu and the others also woke up. Aaron, you are farting in your sleeping bag again. Zhangqiazu's roar came over. Team Zhang, you still talk about me. You're also very good at snoring yourself. If I hadn't shaken you often, we might have been exposed. Aaron retorted. The two scolded and jumped under the tree. The group was quickly rectified and ready to go. This time, their purpose is to capture this bug and go back to study. At the same time, the team that attacked Zhangqiazu had to be killed, and the debt was paid for by blood. Under the leadership of Wang Ran, the group found a direction by throwing branches and went deep into the dense forest. I don't know if this bug doesn't like to come out during the day. Wang Ran and the others walked for an hour and didn't even encounter a bug. Uncle, did you notice? We haven't found any zombies in this area. Tang Tang muttered. I guess they were all killed by this bug. Didn't Lao Zhang say it, the zombie dog gets cold after being bitten in a few seconds. It would be strange if there were still zombies alive in this area. Wang Ran said lightly. This bug is too powerful. Was it artificially cultivated, or did it exist in nature? Curious baby Tang Tang continued to ask. I think it should be natural. Look, even Tea Company has to send someone here to find this bug. It's only been a month since the virus spread on a large scale. I don't think it's possible to artificially breed this kind of bug against the virus. So I'm more inclined to be natural. It's like the original virus, not researched, but extracted from Ada. There are many secrets in nature, and we humans are only the tip of the iceberg. Lu Shiyao explained. Researcher Lu, I don't understand what you said. Anyway, we rough people can complete the task according to the order. In the end, it's up to you scientists. Like the antiviral agent you developed last time, we brought it back and mass-produced it. In the battle against the corpse tide, many of our unawakened warriors were bitten by zombies. If it weren't for these potions, they would all become zombies. Would it be easier to deal with zombies if the bugs were studied in depth this time? Zhangqiazu said on the side. It's hard to say right now, you have to study it to find out. I'm afraid this bug is a Pandora's box. Once opened. I hope this bug is only a threat to zombies. Lu Shiyao didn't dare to think too much. At this moment, Wang Ran suddenly stopped. Don't talk, someone. Wang Ran stretched out his hand and said. His hearing is far better than the average person, and he can hear footsteps from a distance. The 4 of Zhangqiazu touched the dagger in one hand and the pistol in the other, ready for battle. The sound was getting closer and closer, so close that everyone could hear it. A girl in Miao-style clothes came out from among the trees. This girl has dark skin, but her eyes are big and round, full of aura. Hey! There are bad guys. Startled, the girl turned around and ran into the woods. Before running a few steps, she tripped directly to the ground by the roots of the tree, and it seemed that she fell hard. Wang Ran and others immediately followed. Bad man! Don't come here. Come here again and I'll let the bugs bite. The girl stared at Wang Ran and the others, holding an ocarina in her hand and wanted to put it to her mouth. Wang Ran smiled, this kind of threat sounds weak. However, he is not really a bad person. Little sister, don't be afraid, we are just passing by. Wang Ran said with a smile. The girl looked at Wang Ran carefully, her eyes full of suspicion. Recently, a lot of people have come to the woods, and they have done a lot of damage. To say that Wang Ran and the others just passed by her would definitely not be believed. Moreover, This smile looks like a bad guy. At this time, Lu Shiyao came out. Lu Shiyao looks like a gentle university teacher, giving people a sense of intimacy. She walked up to the girl and held out her hand. Little sister, do you feel any pain from the fall? Let me help you up. Lu Shiyao said softly. The girl looked at Lu Shiyao, her vigilance a little lower. She took Lu Shiyao's hand and stood up slowly. Thanks. The girl whispered softly. She looks very introverted, probably because she doesn't have much contact with outsiders. Little sister, why are you walking in the woods alone? Where is your family? Lu Shiyao asked softly. I have no family, only my clan, they. Wait. Are you kidding me? The patriarch said that people outside are very cunning. The girl took a few steps back and became vigilant again. Don't tell me I'll beat you. Tang Tang's petty temper couldn't bear it, so he walked up with the axe. Don Tang, don't get excited. Lu Shiyao held down Tang Tang. It is normal for a girl to be wary when she sees strangers. Not everyone is as fearless as you, Miss Tang Tang. At this time, the sound of footsteps suddenly came from the forest next to him. Alert and prepare. Zhang Qiaozu immediately ordered, and the four-person team put their hands on the guns around their waists. Roar! A zombie dog rushed out quickly, just in time for the nearest meow girl. Big dog. The girl was stunned, her eyes full of horror. It seems that she has seen these zombie dogs. Sister Shiyao, let me go. Tang Tang picked up the big axe and slashed directly at the zombie dog that rushed over. SHH. As smooth as cutting a watermelon, the zombie dog was directly cut off by Tang Tang's axe. Lots of blackened intestines and guts sprayed out. Lu Shiyao protected the girl and hid aside, avoiding these smelly internal organs. Impressive. The girl stared at Tang Tang with wide eyes. A girl who looks like her age has such a skill. To know that there are no bugs, she can't deal with these big dogs at all. Fake, found them. Several foreigners dressed as mercenaries jumped out of the woods. They also have the T logo on their uniforms, which means that the company's people have not run away. The four Zhang Qiaozu immediately aimed their guns at each other. The other party was also unambiguous, holding a rifle and aiming at Zhang Qiaozu and others. Both sides were very nervous, for fear of shooting rashly and causing a shootout. If you open fire at such a distance, even if you can kill the opponent, you will not be able to seek benefits. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 272. Hey. I have a suggestion. Everyone put down their guns and use their own strength to solve this situation, what do you think? Opposite a black strong man proposed. It seems that he is very confident in their strength. After all, they have played against Zhang Qiaozu and others before, so they probably have a bottom line. Compared to shooting indiscriminately from both sides, hand-to-hand combat is more secure. The more powerful people are, the more they cherish their lives. Zhang Qiaozu looked at Wang Ran. Wang Ran is now the leader of this team, and it is up to him to decide. Of course, Zhang Qiaozu and the others were already happy. The Shibai on the opposite side missed the only chance to confront them. Fight? Just looking for death. Okay, singles or together? Wang Ran asked with a smile. At this distance, it is estimated that he and Tang Tang can hold the bullets, and others will inevitably be injured. It's great to be able to fight melee. Come on together, don't say we bully you. The black man winked at the 5 teammates beside him, and the two sides slowly put the gun on the ground together. At the same time, the black side also quickly advanced a few steps. In the eyes of black people, at this distance, even if the other party cheats to get the gun, they still have enough time to rush to kill the other party. Tang Tang, they are going together, you hurry up and solve it. Wang Ran said lightly. Just these scumbags, simple. Tang Tang walked to the front with blood roar. The black strong man was stunned. The other party asked if he was going to play solo or together, but only one little girl was sent over? What a joke. Who do you look down on? For such a thin little girl, he can directly grab her legs and tear them in half. The black man took a step forward disdainfully and entered the attack range of Tang Tang. Come on, little girl, cut it to the Lord. The black man pointed to his thick neck. Thinking of such a request, I really haven't heard of it. Tang Tang picked up the axe and smashed it down like lightning. At this speed, the black people don't even have time to react. The black man only felt a flash of white light in front of his eyes, and then his eyes began to rotate rapidly. Gollum. The black man's head rolled to the ground, black like a ball. Fake. Several black teammates were all shocked. This black man is a 5th level awakener. One axe gone? Not even a chance to resist. This girl is so scary. The other 5 didn't have time to think about it, and immediately took out the violent potion and injected it into their bodies. With the rage potion and more fights, they might still have a chance. Soon, the veins of the 5 people burst out. The rage potion gave them great strength and confidence. Wait to die, little girl. The 5 held a short knife and rushed towards Tang Tang in an encircling manner. Tang Tang lifted the axe with a relaxed look, a horizontal cut. The 5 people who rushed over were chopped into many pieces in an instant. Some were cut off in the middle, some had their necks chopped off, and some were lucky enough to be cut off from their legs, barely able to catch their breath. Of course, Tang Tang won't let him breathe for too long, and going up is an axe to make up for the knife. In just a few seconds, these people were all dead. Zhang Qiaozu and the others were dumbfounded. They know that Wang Ran is amazing, but they didn't expect the female doll beside Wang Ran to be so amazing. And judging from the battle just now, this girl doll may be even more powerful than Team Lin. It's a bit too much. Zhang Qiaozu glanced at Lu Shiyao, maybe researcher Lu is also very good. No wonder N City can defend the corpse tide with so little manpower. Little sister, it's all right, don't be afraid. Lu Shiyao patted the Miao the back. Are all of you outsiders so powerful? The Miao girl looked adored. It's not all. Lu Shiyao looked at Wang Ran. Only those who are close to Wang Ran are so powerful. Ah, just feed the bugs. The Miao girl suddenly took out the ocarina and blew it on her mouth. Soon, dozens of black bugs flew over around the forest. They stopped on the zombie dogs and the corpses of those foreigners and started smoking. Seeing these black bugs sucking, Zhang Qiaozu was shocked. This is not so. Those terrifying black bugs. Dozens of. If you call it, you will call it, this girl is too scary. Others also judged from Zhang Qiaozu's reaction that this is the black bug. Little sister, did you raise these bugs? Lu Shiyao asked directly. Unexpectedly, a girl they randomly met was related to these bugs. No one is lucky. Did you say these bugs? This is our black seedling scarab, they only eat poison. But lately they've fallen in love with eating zombies, the kind that move when they're dead. Like this big dog. The Miao girl explained. Lu Shiyao understood as soon as she heard it. These black bugs originally existed here. They are the scarabs of the black seedlings, and they were not deliberately cultivated. Judging from the fact that they only eat poison, it is quite normal to eat zombie viruses. However, why they will cause fatal damage to zombies has to be studied. Little sister, what's your name? My sister's name is Lu Shiyao, you can call me Sister Shiyao. Lu Shiyao began to get closer to Miao girls. My name is Au. The girl replied. Little sister, can you give me a few of this bug? Lu Shiyao continued to ask. It seems that this girl can control these bugs. If you can get it through communication, It will save a lot of effort. That can't be done. This is the scarab of our Haimia. No amount of gold you give me will be exchanged, let alone sent. Au decisively rejected Lu Shiyao's proposal. At this time, Tang Tang took out a few lollipops from the bag and stuffed them into Au's hands. Au's eyes lit up instantly. Is this sugar in a big city? Au asked with wide eyes. Well, you eat and see first. Tang Tang encouraged him on the side. Au carefully removed the package and put the lollipop into his mouth. Her face stretched out like a slowly blooming flower. Such a feeling, so happy. After being immersed in the smell of lollipops for a while, Au came back to his senses. This, give it to me. Au couldn't believe it. Well, it's all for you. Look how many bugs you can give us. Tang Tang said with a smile. Sure enough, girls know girls best, and things like lollipops are still very lethal. Of course, Tang Tang may prefer to eat another lollipop. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 273. Then I'll give you 5, no, give you 10. Au quickly betrayed these bugs. When Lu Shiyao heard this, she almost jumped up with joy. This is it? So easy. You know, it's hard enough to encounter these bugs in the woods, let alone catch them. Now I can get 10 at once, enough for Baidu and myself. Lu Shiyao took out a few jars from her backpack. Au understood at a glance, picked up the ocarina and blew it, and a dozen black bugs left the zombie dog's body and flew into the jars. Lu Shiyao closed the lid with satisfaction, and earned a few more. Zhang Qiaozu stared straight at the jar from the side, with anticipation in his eyes. To say that people used lollipops in exchange for it, it was a love for him, not a duty, and he was embarrassed to ask for it. Fortunately, Lu Shiyao is not that kind of stingy person. She took a jar with 3 bugs and handed it to Zhang Qiaozu. I hope there will be good research progress in Baidu. If you find anything, feel free to communicate with me. Lu Shiyao said with a smile. Thank you, researcher Lu. Our mission this time is finally complete. But, the revenge of the brothers. Zhang Qiaozu gritted his teeth. Those foreigners killed 8 of their own brothers, and they couldn't live without killing them. Don't worry, those guys didn't deal with me in the first place, and they will definitely be killed this time. Wang Ran patted Zhang Qiaozu on the shoulder to comfort him. However, this forest is so big and there are mountains everywhere, it is a bit difficult to find someone. Wang Ran, why don't we send Au back to her village first? She's a little girl, it's a little dangerous to go back by herself. Lu Shiyao suggested it. Although Au can control bugs, it is still very dangerous to encounter people with guns. Okay, it's reasonable to take her home and take her home. Anyway, I can't find those grandsons for a while. Let's send this little girl back first. Wang Ran nodded. A few lollipops were exchanged for this extremely dangerous black bug, and Wang Ran felt a little sorry. Sending someone home is a little compensation. A group of people protected Au and walked towards the depths of the forest. In a valley deep in the mountains, there is a small village. 20 well-equipped foreigners are quietly groping in the direction of the village. Captain Lucas, Mike, and Anthony are all gone. Will they all be killed? One of the team members looked a little dignified. These rubbish, only a few Chinese people can't get rid of them. If you die, you will die. The purpose of our trip is that kind of bug. If we can't complete the task, we will all die. Lucas said coldly. Everyone else was shocked when they heard it. Compared with the previous field captains, Lucas was even more ruthless. If you can't complete the task, you have to die. Maybe it's not just casual talk. The group soon came to the entrance of the village. A big meow man was walking out with a basket on his back when he ran into this group of people. You! The big man was surprised. The other party was holding a gun in his hand, and it was obvious that he was not here to travel. A foreigner raised his gun and was about to shoot, and Lucas stopped him immediately. What about the brain? Shooting will reveal your location. You want to attract those Chinese people. Lucas took out a dagger from his waist and stabbed it from the chin of the meow man. The meow ethnic man lost his breath before he could react. Lucas took out the dagger and wiped it on the meow Han. No special circumstances, try not to use guns. I have a hunch that this village must be related to the black bug. In a clan-style village like this, you just need to get the patriarch or the village chief. Team 1, go to the big wooden house on the left and take a look. Team 2, go to that ancestral hall-like building. If someone resists, they will be killed without mercy. Lucas gave the order. The team was divided into two groups and quickly sneaked into the village. Some of the villagers wandering in the village were mercilessly killed by them. Soon, a group of people found the patriarch in the ancestral hall. The patriarch was a white-haired meow old man who was escorted outside the ancestral hall by several foreigners. Lucas and the others all leaned over. At this time, the villagers also discovered that there was an enemy invasion, and they took up weapons and rushed to the door of the ancestral hall. Hundreds of people stared at Lucas and the others with red eyes. Their village was so secluded from the world that it attracted such a group of thugs. Let go of the patriarch. You bastards, get out of our village. Thug, God will accept you. The villagers were excited, waving hoes and machetes in their hands. Lucas glanced at the group of people and smiled disdainfully. It's all ordinary people. Is the feng shui of this place so bad? The whole village doesn't even have a single awakened person. Tisk tisk tisk. Lucas shook his head. There is not even a single one who can fight, and it seems that this mission will be much smoother. If someone approaches, kill without mercy. Lucas said lightly, then turned his head and walked towards the old patriarch who was pressed to the ground. Let go of our patriarch. A dark-skinned man rushed up with a machete. Lucas didn't even look back. If his subordinates can't stop even ordinary people, then they can really die. A strong white man came out and punched the meow man directly in the chest. The meow man was knocked out by a punch and fell heavily to the ground. There was a terrifyingly large pit in his chest, and he was about to be pierced through the chest. Gollum. A large amount of blood gushed from the corner of the meow nationality man's mouth. He tilted his head and breathed out. The faces of the other villagers were filled with horror. This meow man was the first warrior in their village, and he was beaten to death with one punch. Those people are not easy to deal with. The villagers were frightened, but did not dare to take a step forward. Lucas walked to the patriarch, took a rattan chair and sat down. I ask, you answer. Don't answer my question, I'll kill a villager every minute, understand? Lucas asked coldly. Are you looking for jade mines or rare earth mines? Just ask what you want to know, and I'll tell you everything. The old patriarch gritted his teeth and nodded. Many businessmen have come here before, wanting to ask the villagers to help find ore veins. But most of those people are enticing, and occasionally some coercion is just scaring people. Unlike these people, who come up to kill. Mineral veins. I'm not interested in those. I meant to ask, about that black bug. Lucas cut straight to the point. It's Doomsday, there are all-female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 274. Black bugs. You mean scarab? The old patriarch was shocked. Scarabs are the secret of their village, but they spread it out. This scarab eats poison, and those centipedes and scorpions will hide when they see them. Sometimes villagers are bitten by poisonous insects when they go out to collect medicine, and the poison can be dispelled as long as the scarabs it. It can be said that the scarab saved the lives of many villagers. This secret was actually known by outsiders. I don't care what you call it, I just want some bugs to bring back. You must have a way to attract this bug. Lucas smiled. There is indeed a way, but if you want to attract scarabs, you can only rely on the ocarina in the hands of our saintess. But our saintess are out and can't help you recruit scarabs. The old patriarch replied. Going out? It's okay, I think she should be back soon. Sando, kill someone every minute until their saintess come back. Lucas ordered coldly. Okay. By the way, Captain Lucas, there are many women in this village, can we? The white strong man Sando showed a wide smile. Do business first. Wait until the bugs arrive, play how you want to play. You can play with their saintess if you want. Lucas reprimanded. Clear. Sando nodded and started looking for a target. His eyes fell on a woman holding a child. Boy, kill it. You, what do you want to do? Don't kill my child, kill me first. The woman held the child tightly and refused to let go. The surrounding villagers also took up arms again. They didn't expect these people to be so cruel that they wouldn't even let their children go. Don't worry, it's not even 1 minute. I didn't want you to come early to kill me. Sando picked up the dirt in his fingernails with the dagger. The patriarch on the side has red eyes. You beasts. The gods won't let you go. The old patriarch roared. Your gods can't control us. If you want to live, pray for your saintess to come back soon. Lucas said lightly. The old patriarch gritted his teeth and was extremely tangled. He neither wanted the villagers to die, nor did he want the saintess to come back. After these beasts succeed, they will definitely not let the women in the village go. At this time, a gunshot suddenly came from the entrance of the village. Benson, take 2 people to see what's going on. Lucas suddenly became alert. I have instructed my subordinates not to shoot unless there are special circumstances. This gunshot. Could it be that the surviving Chinese were killed? The 3 foreigners ran to the entrance of the village with guns in hand. It didn't take long for the gunshots to be heard in the direction of the entrance of the village, and after a few seconds, there was no sound. Lucas's expression became more and more solemn. He roughly guessed it in his heart, and the 3 people who were sent to explore the way sent their heads. Wasn't the other party killed until there were only a few people left, and there was still such fighting power? No, we can't spread the manpower anymore. Everyone, get ready for battle. The sniper is in place. Lucas ordered it immediately. 2 snipers climbed onto the roof of the ancestral hall, and the others also set up their rifles. Not long after, 2 figures appeared in front of them. The Holy Maiden. It's the saint who has returned. Who is the man next to the saint? Could it be that the saintess knew each other outside, right? What time is it, still gossiping about this? Right. The villagers murmured. It was Wang Ran and the Saint Au who came. Wang Ran felt the presence of the sniper from a distance, and shielded Au slightly behind him. The 2 walked slowly to the front of the ancestral hall. Who are you? You killed my subordinates. Lucas looked at Wang Ran and asked coldly. As for the girl behind Wang Ran, it was known from the villagers that she was their saintess. Me? I'm a tourist. Just passing by here, I kidnapped a girl to be a wife. What? You don't allow it? Wang Ran smiled faintly. The positions of the 2 snipers had already been seen by him. He doesn't worry about other guns, snipers still have to deal with them. These 2 snipers depended on Lao Zhang's abilities. Tourist. Can ordinary tourists kill my subordinates with the strength of 3rd-level awakeners? You're also here for the black bug, right? Whether you are or not, just stay with me honestly, otherwise. Lucas snapped his fingers, and the sniper rifle shot directly at Wang Ran's feet. Ah, so scared. Then I'll just stay aside. Wang Ran said very carelessly. Lucas was stunned. Who are these people? Can you be any more fake? Being so careless, Lucas didn't know how to answer the call. Forget it, anyway, the sniper rifle is aimed at him, and Lucas doesn't have to worry about what he does. Get the bugs out first. Are you a saint? Help me attract the bugs obediently, or I will kill all your clansmen. Lucas watched Au threatened. Au looked at the clan who died on the ground and knew that these guys were real. Au, you are a saint, you decide. Rest assured, no matter what you decide, we will support you. The old patriarch said tremblingly. Au nodded and looked at Wang Ran again. When he entered the village, Wang Ran said that everything was on him. Au looked at Wang Ran and felt a lot more at ease. This big brother should have a way to save everyone. Au took out the ocarina and played it a few times. Not long after, hundreds of black bugs flew over from all directions and hovered over the ancestral hall. Ah, this is it. Great, this time the mission is stable. Lucas showed a rare smile. You, let those bugs fly down. Sando, get a jar of bugs. Lucas ordered. A few foreigners took out a few specially made jars from their backpacks, ready to wait for the bugs to fly down. Au and Wang Ran made eye contact and continued to play the ocarina. Hundreds of black bugs circled and flew down. Sando and others were about to pick them up with a jar, but they were surprised to find that the destination of these bugs was not the jar, but their necks. Ah! The bug bit me. Damn. Go away. Ah! My power is draining. The black bugs pounced on these foreigners, and even Lucas was a little flustered. Fake, play tricks with me. Snipers, shoot them. Lucas shouted to the roof while avoiding the black bug. At this time, two corpses suddenly rolled down from the roofs on both sides. Jonkuazu and Aaron succeeded. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 275. Two gunshots. Two blood holes appeared directly on Sando, a strong white man. Jonkuazu and Aaron have already taken down sniper rifles. Yes, shoot. Kill them all. Lucas picked up his rifle and swept the roof. Jonkuazu and Aaron quickly leaned down. At this distance, the sniper rifle has no advantage, and it should be cancelled. The other subordinates of Lucas started to shoot at Wang Ran with guns. Wang Ran quickly took Au to hide under the steps. Occasionally, a few bullets grazed Wang Ran without causing much damage. Other villagers fled in all directions. Only a few were hit by stray bullets. Ah! Bugs! Bugs bit me. A foreigner was bitten by a bug and swept his gun at the sky, but he didn't hit a single bug. Yes, calm down. Being bitten is just a loss of strength. We still have guns, and we have the upper hand in the scene. Don't mess up. Lucas growled loudly. The subordinates calmed down a little and quickly organized the formation. On the one hand, they suppressed Jonkuazu on the roof with firepower, and on the other hand, they tried to kill Wang Ran. Lucas stepped on the back of the old patriarch and used the muzzle of the M4 to hold his head. Remove the bugs. Or I'll blast his head. Lucas shouted in the direction of Au. Grandpa Patriarch. Au, who was under the steps, couldn't help but want to rush out, but Wang Ran pressed him under him. Don't be impulsive, you can't hold bullets. I'll find the right opportunity to save him. Wang Ran reprimanded. But Au didn't hesitate for too long, then took the ocarina and began to play. Those black bugs quickly dispersed and flew away from the ancestral hall. Lucas and others breathed a sigh of relief. More than half of the people were bitten by bugs just now. They all lost their power and became like ordinary people. Where did my power go? I'm a third-level awakener. A strong man couldn't stand it, so he took out a violent potion and injected it into his body. Soon, he became a zombie at a speed visible to the naked eye. Zombie strongman rushed towards his teammates and bit one of them's neck. What are you doing? Kill him. The others immediately turned their guns around and blasted the strong man and the poor ghost into a hornet's nest. They don't want to be attacked by zombies around them. At this time, Jonkuazu and Aaron on the roof found an opportunity. Taking advantage of the chaos of the enemy below, they suddenly shot cold arrows and exploded 2 heads. Fake, who's going to kill the sniper on the roof? Lucas yelled. Captain, I'm going. The 2 black men stood up and rushed towards the hall of the ancestral hall. Under the cover of fire, they quickly approached the hall. At this time, 2 Chinese soldiers were killed in the hall. They fought at close range with these 2 black men. Originally, the 2 sides were of equal strength, and the fight was relatively close, but a girl with a big axe suddenly appeared beside the battle. It's Tang Tang. Tang Tang helped kill one of the black people with an axe. The other black man was shocked, obviously frightened by the strength of Tang Tang. If you can't run, you can't run, and when you turn around, you may be killed from behind. In desperation, the black man took out a grenade, pulled the ring, and threw it at Tang Tang. Tang Tang was surprised. This is a grenade. Will get hurt. In this case, even if you dodge, it will be affected by the fragments of the explosion. At the critical moment, a team member rushed over and directly pressed the grenade under him. In his opinion, Wang Ran took them to complete the task and took them to take revenge, but he couldn't let his female relatives get hurt. I'm worth it in this life. Boom. With a loud bang, the team member was blown to pieces. Grass. Tang Tang's eyes were red, and he directly chopped the black man into a dozen pieces with an axe. Offa. Another team member came over and looked at the corpse with a sad face. This trip, only 3 of the 12 people died. Of course, if it was him in the situation just now, he would also pounce on it. I'm going to hack those dogs to death. Tang Tang rushed out with an axe. As soon as the other party saw Tang Tang, the bullets poured towards Tang Tang. Tang Tang avoided most of the bullets with his flexible walking and waving gore howl, and only a few bullets caused bruises on her body. As long as it is a few meters closer, it is her killing range. This guy Tang Tang is too reckless. Take my life. Wang Ran sighed. Originally, Wang Ran wanted to rush to attract attention first, and then let Tang Tang cooperate from the back bread. Unexpectedly, Tang Tang rushed out directly. Then don't wait, do it. Wang Ran jumped out from behind the steps and rushed towards Lucas like lightning. Lucas was shocked, and immediately turned his gun to aim at Wang Ran. Wang Ran smiled and waited for this moment. He was not afraid of bullets. As long as the muzzle of the gun left the old patriarch, there would be no threat. After Lucas fired a few shots, he found that his bullets had no effect on Wang Ran. In shock, Lucas wanted to put the muzzle back on the old patriarch's head. But Wang Ran flashed in front of Lucas in a blink of an eye, grabbed the barrel of the gun with his hand, and squeezed lightly. The barrel was bent 90 degrees directly. Boom. The rifle exploded and parts were scattered all over the place. As soon as the jingle sounded, Lucas stabbed Wang Ran with his saber. He was not bitten by insects, and his fighting power is still there. Wang Ran grabbed Lucas's wrist calmly, and easily turned the dagger and aimed it at Lucas. Lucas widened his eyes, watching the dagger getting closer and closer to his chest. He didn't even have the strength to resist, he could only watch the dagger pierce into his chest inch by inch. Horrible. This man is so scary. Lucas finally felt hopeless. The dagger completely sank into Lucas' chest. Wang Ran didn't plunge into the heart, and Lucas' life should be handed over to Jianqiazu and the others. After letting go, Wang Ran twisted Lucas's arm and kicked his knee. It seems that Lucas should not be able to run. Wang Ran picked up the old patriarch on the ground and threw him directly into the distance. This one might break a few bones, but it also gets him out of the fighting area. Next, Wang Ran and Tang Tang started a frantic killing directly in the open space. There are flying stumps and guts everywhere. In less than a minute, all the enemies fell. The open space in front of the ancestral hall was completely dyed red with blood. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Da Cha Xiao. Chapter 276. Jianqiazu ran down from the roof with a sniper rifle. Comrade Wang Ran, you guys are going too far. I didn't even have a chance to fire a single shot. The heads are all yours. Jianqiazu complained. He wanted to avenge his brothers, but every time he aimed, the other party was killed by Wang Ran and Tang Tang, and he had no chance to shoot. Don't be depressed, isn't this team leader left to you? Wang Ran kicked Lucas, who was lying on the ground humming. Lucas had blue veins all over his forehead. The field captain of his dignified company has actually been reduced to such a level. The position of field captain is indeed cursed. Aaron, Agong, come and stab him together. Jianqiazu took out a dagger and greeted him. Killing the captain of the other party with his own hands is considered to be avenging for the brothers. Don't kill me. You can interrogate me. I know many company secrets. Lucas looked at the angry eyes of Jianqiazu and others, knowing that they were coming, and began to plead. Sorry, your company's secrets have already been told to us by the previous field captain. Wang Ran said lightly. After being warmly greeted by the zombies, Butler, who was captured before, is now much more obedient and shakes everything he knows, including the company's new base in Hawaii. What, Butler Lucas didn't expect his ex to be so cowardly, so he kept a little secret to himself. Jianqiazu stabbed Lucas in the crotch with a knife. Blood flowed instantly. Lucas had no ability to dodge, so he could only whimper constantly to relieve his pain. Aaron and Agong also began to retaliate. Knife after knife. After a minute, Lucas lost his mind and was completely out of breath. Field captain is a dangerous profession. After killing Lucas, Jianqiazu took out 3 cigarettes, lit them, and stood on the stone steps. This is a treat for the brothers. In the open space, Lu Shiyao shuttled back and forth between the corpses, carefully examining the corpses of these foreigners. Especially the ones that were bitten by bugs. Before, Lu Shiyao only knew that the zombies would quickly collapse and die after being bitten by this bug, and the effect on humans was unknown. Judging from the situation just now, these awakens completely lost their strength after being bitten. Lu Shiyao remembered a foreigner who was bitten and injected himself with a violent potion, and then instantly turned into a zombie. You must know that the awakened is highly resistant to viruses, and it is difficult to become a zombie after awakening. There is only one explanation for this. After being bitten by a bug, the virus and antibodies in the body are not suppressed, but completely dead. Zombies rely on viruses to provide energy. Once the viruses are dead, the zombies will lose energy support and rapidly exhaust. The previous death of the zombie dog confirmed this. And these bitten humans. It is from an awakened person to a complete ordinary person, and it is not clear whether he can continue to awaken in the future. This bug is so awesome. Go back and do some research. At this time, the villagers who escaped came back one after another. More than a dozen villagers were hit by stray bullets, most of which were not fatally wounded. Only one hapless man was shot through his temple. The old patriarch who was thrown by Wang Ran only had one arm broken, and there was nothing serious. Saint. What's wrong with you, holy lady? A villager suddenly shouted nervously. Au lay motionless under the steps, blood seeping out from the ground. Not good. Maybe he was shot just now. Wang Ran immediately ran over and helped Au up. Sure enough, there were 2 blood holes in Au's back, and 2 stray bullets entered her body. How can this be done? The conditions of our village, such a level of gunshot wounds can't be cured. Would you like to send it to the city to have a look? The old patriarch said anxiously, ignoring the pain of the broken arm. In the city? Don't you know what it's like outside? Wang Ran sighed. This kind of injury is much more serious than Zhou Meng was hit by a steel ball before. It seemed that there was only one way to save her. However, I don't know this little girl very well. It's just a friendship with a few lollipops. The treatment method is very in-depth, which is not good. This is how to do. Holy Maiden. Our Holy Maiden. God, save our saintess. The villagers knelt down and prayed. At this time, Tang Tang strode over. Actually, there is a way for your saint to be saved. It depends on whether you saintess are willing or not. Tang Tang said with a smirk. Internal injury, how to treat her can be very clear. Wang Ran gave Tang Tang a blank look. I haven't agreed yet, so why did you say hello? Ah! Can the saint really be saved? Then hurry up and save her. The eyes of the villagers suddenly lit up. Au blinked weakly and grabbed Wang Ran's hand. She also wanted to survive. Wang Ran sighed and hugged Au by the waist. Tang Tang, keep the ancestral hall and don't let anyone approach. Wang Ran gave an order and walked into the ancestral hall with Au in his arms. Do you hear me? Don't get close. Tang Tang's axe put a pestle on the ground and raised his head proudly. Now Wang Ran is too strong, and there are many little sisters to share with one more person. Tang Tang wished that Wang Ran could gather 108 sisters. Wang Ran carried Au into the ancestral hall. There are various statues in the ancestral hall. It is estimated that they are the gods they serve. Wang Ran tore off a piece of canvas, spread it on the ground, and put Au on it. The bullet is in Au's body, and it is estimated that the internal organs have been injured. Let's stop the bleeding first. Wang Ran opened his palm, lifted Au's clothes, and put his hand on it. Au blushed. No man has touched her body yet. I am a saint, and I am not allowed to marry and have children in the future. Now this situation. Au blushed all of a sudden. Blood flowed into Au's body along the wound. Au felt a warm force flowing in her body. The pain of the wound was relieved a lot, and the weakness caused by the blood loss was slowly offset. Wang Ran stroked Au's back lightly and found that the wound had stopped bleeding. However, this gunshot wound is estimated to have injured the internal organs, and a simple external application of blood is definitely not enough. Save people to the end. Wang Ran tore Au's clothes. Au's petite body was shocked. What is this for, LF? Pi time is up. Because I came to the main space by accident, I received the task, survive for 7 days. Luo Feng, huh? Isn't it easy to make a salted fish? After Whitebeard, the man who inherited the title of world's strongest sat on top of the huge ruins of the Holy Land Marijoa. In the empty infinite city, the torn apart Oni Mitsuji closed his eyes in dismay and turned into dust. Black dragon scales were scattered in the sky of Ishgar, and the hot dragon blood was sprinkled from the sky, and what came through the gaps in the clouds was Akunarokia's mourning. Luo Feng looked at the black dragon king crawling under his feet, tilted his head and fell into deep thought. Is it so hard to make a salted fish? My sword, longing for an opponent. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 277. After some tossing, Wang Ran finally took out the 2 bullets from Au's body. Internal injuries have also healed 7 to 88. But the new wound seems to be bleeding. You don't tell the villagers. The saint can't be like this. Au lowered her head, her cheeks flushed, and said weakly. What happens when you find out? Wang Ran asked casually. Both of us will be caught in the pig cage. We'll drown. Au said seriously. Wang Ran smiled, he could not drown. But since Au didn't want people to know, he just didn't say it. Wang Ran helped Au put the clothes back on. Because Au's clothes were already stained with blood before, the new blood stains won't make people think too much. Can you still walk? Wang Ran asked. Au is just an ordinary person with limited physical capacity, so he can't compare with Tang Tang and the others. You better help me. I can't walk anymore. Au said with a blushing face. Fortunately, there is a gunshot wound on the body, otherwise it will be seen by the villagers. Wang Ran helped Au to the outside of the ancestral hall. Hundreds of villagers were nervously crowding under the steps outside. Ah, they're out. Saint. The saint seems to have really been cured. Yes, look at the face of the saint, how rosy. This gentleman is a genius doctor. The villagers murmured. When Au was carried into the ancestral hall just now, he was still dying. Although he still needs Wang Ran's support to walk, everyone can see his radiant appearance. This medicine. So amazing. Divine doctor, can you cure me too? I got the bullet out, but the gunshot still hurts a bit. Yes, I was shot in the ass, can you help me see? Several well-built ants looked at Wang Ran expectantly. Wang Ran's face twitched. Ant, cure can be cured, but he doesn't want to. The looks of these ants fully absorb the excellent characteristics of working people, coupled with dark skin and thick arms. Wang Ran was a little overwhelmed. Ha ha. Au and Tang Tang laughed at the same time. It seemed that both of them thought of Wang Ran treating these burly village women. Really, can't bear to think about it. Cough cough cough. Well, this blood, you take it and put it on the wound. That's it, don't waste it. Wang Ran took a bottle from Lu Shiyao's hand and squeezed about 20 ml of blood into it. That's all, just take it as compensation for pushing your saintess. That's it. A village woman took the bottle and dipped a little on the wound. Soon, the village woman's face changed. Ah, my wound. My wounds are healing. It's amazing too. You are a god. The village woman was a little incoherent with excitement. Several other injured villagers immediately surrounded them, sharing a small amount of blood. At this time, Zhang Qiaozu came over. Comrade Wang Ran, the mission of our trip has been completed, and we have also avenged our revenge. It's time to return to the northern capital. Zhang Qiaozu is here to say goodbye. Hey, it's almost time for us to leave. Shi Yao, have you done it over there? Wang Ran turned around and asked. It's almost there, everything that should be extracted has been extracted. We have to go back as soon as possible or the cells will not be fresh. Lu Shiyao replied. Refrigeration equipment is only available in helicopters, and if it is delayed here for too long, the tissue extracted from the corpse will lose its vitality. Wang Ran nodded and walked to Au. Although the two are not very familiar with each other, they have had in-depth exchanges during the treatment process. Do you want to go back with me? Wang Ran asked tentatively. No way. I am the saint here, and I cannot leave here. Au looked a little confused. She just realized that some kind of fun is about to separate, which is really uncomfortable. You stay here. It might be dangerous. I estimate that many people are eyeing your scarabs. Wang Ran reminded. It's okay, we have an old residence deep in the mountains, it's very secret and not easy to find. In addition, We have scarabs and the guns left by these bad guys, so we should be able to protect ourselves. Au said with some reluctance. Well, in that case, I'm not reluctant. By the way, this satellite phone is reserved for you. If you encounter any trouble, you can call me, and I will come over as soon as possible. Wang Ran took out the satellite phone from the bag, and after thinking about it, he simply stuffed the entire bag into Au. There are some snacks in it, and Au should like it. Thank you, uncle. Will you come to see me occasionally? I know there's a cave behind a waterfall, and it doesn't make any noise. Next time you come, I'll take you there. Au's eyes flickered as he spoke, and his face turned red. Obviously thought of the course of treatment. Okay, I'll come find you when I'm free. Wang Ran rubbed Au's head. Goodbye, Sister Au. Tang Tang and Lu Shiyao also stepped forward and hugged Au. After the group determined the direction, they walked towards the hill where the helicopter was parked. Halfway through, Zhang Qiaozu received a call. Yes, the mission has been completed. It's a pity that there are 12 people, and now there are only 3 left. Thanks to Comrade Wang Ran's help. Okay, let's go right away. Zhang Qiaozu hung up the phone. Comrade Wang Ran, Team Lin has come to pick us up in person. Would you like to meet Team Lin? Zhang Qiaozu asked. No. See you. See you. It's not the same direction. Tang Tang said with his hips crossed. Zhang Qiaozu was stunned, he didn't expect Tang Tang to have such a big opinion. What are you getting in your way? Then let's just let it go, Comrade Wang Ran. The 3 of Zhang Qiaozu and Wang Ran hugged, then walked in the other direction and disappeared into the woods. Uncle, everyone is gone, we can try it? Tang Tang's eyes suddenly changed. You sure? Wang Ran frowned. I never thought about this game. Oh, try it? I have to drive for hours on a plane, and I don't have much fun on the plane. Tang Tang shook Wang Ran's arm coquettishly. Wang Ran sighed and nodded. Tang Tang wrapped around Wang Ran like a koala. Wang Ran went up and down as he walked. Jiazhan 22, began to gradually resume plus, pay off the debt of last month. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 278. In the evening, Wang Ran returned to Donghu Island. The girls immediately gathered around. After a day of recuperation, their health has improved. It's time to try again. Go, can you let me have a meal first? Wang Ran sighed. There was no hot food on the plane, and he thought about having a big meal when he came back, but he didn't expect these girls to want to eat him first. Master, we didn't cook at all. Why don't you exercise first, and I'll call you when the meal is ready? Lin Momo asked with a smile. Wang Ran was stunned. It was definitely premeditated. It seems that these girls have been completely united. Forget it, the greater the ability, the greater the responsibility. Feed them first. This feeding, it is directly fed until dawn. You don't need to eat dinner, just eat breakfast. After breakfast, Wang Ran drove out of the city. The captured 300,000 zombies and the tens of thousands of zombies in the original city were all stationed here. When they are hungry, they just grab a few ordinary zombies and eat them. Yes, the bottom-level zombies have no human rights. Only high-level mutant zombies are eligible to eat mutant vegetables sent from the city. The renovation of the old city and the construction of the new fence in the city of N have already begun. The energy of these zombies is squeezed out every day, and with the deterrence of the Corpse Emperor, they dare not even have the idea of rebelling. Wang Ran quickly found Xiaohong. Boss, are you here to inspect? I'll put them to work right away. The little bonus quickly got up. No hurry, no hurry. What about Butler? Bring him to meet me. When Wang Ran came back yesterday, he decided that it was time to take the initiative and give the company some color. Butler, as the former field captain, was the best leading party. Soon, Butler was brought before Wang Ran. "Boss, you are looking for me." Butler obediently crawls in front of Wang Ran. The current butler has lost his previous spirit. I don't know if it was caused by the zombies taking care of them for a long time. I'm going to attack your company's Hawaii base. You know the defense over there, right? Wang Ran asked. Clear. Of course clear. As big as the position of the artillery battery, and as small as the arrangement of the mines, I know everything clearly. Of course, if they don't move again. Butler responded very positively. Okay, then you're ready, we'll set off today. Wang Ran made the decision. You don't need to pick a day for murder, you can do it anytime. Boss, is this the base for going to work for the company? I'll go as well. Xiao Hong said excitedly. His hatred for the company is still so strong, how can this kind of activity be less of him? This time, it would be even better if we could catch the boss of the company. He will let him experience the same pleasant experience that Butler has. You gather the people who are willing to go and gather at the pier. This time we're going on a boat. After Wang Ran finished speaking, he drove back to Donghu Island. An hour later, the sugar was refueled and ready to go at the dock. This time, Wang Ran only brought Suziao and Tang Tang. After all, the Hawaii base is one of the company's major bases, and it is dangerous for a small follower who is not strong to follow. On Xiahong's side, there were a total of 3 zombies with red eyes and 5 zombies with golden eyes. They were all zombies that Wang Ran had rescued from the laboratory before. Counterattack the company base, how can they be absent? In addition, Wang Ran also brought the dolphin troops and little sea monsters. It is about 4,000 nautical miles from here to Hawaii, and the sugar's battery life is estimated to be only 3,000 nautical miles, so a small sea monster is needed to drag the boat along the way. During the day, Tang Tang sails the boat, and at night, the little sea monster drags and runs, day and night, and it is estimated that it will be able to reach Hawaii in 5 days. Everyone was there, and the ship quickly left the port and headed for Hawaii. Wang Ran was lying on the edge of the open-air swimming pool on the top floor, enjoying the sea breeze and sunshine. Master, why don't we go by plane? The plane will arrive in a day, and the ship will take 5 days. Suziao asked while helping Wang Ran push the oil. It's fast to fly a plane, but it's dangerous. Think about it, if the other party has the air force and we are shot down in mid-air. If you fall so high, no matter how strong you are, it will be cool. It's different in a boat. Even if the ship is sunk, we can still evacuate with little sea monsters and dolphins. Wang Ran explained. So this is a... Suziao suddenly realized. Or the owner considers it comprehensively. When excited, Suziao slid onto Wang Ran's back. Just a normal push, don't push your chest during the day. Wang Ran was lying there and said. Suziao blushed and immediately got up. But Wang Ran's back was full of oil, and Suziao slipped on Wang Ran's back again. Forget it, if you can't get up, just push the chest. Anyway, the zombies below did not dare to come to the top cabin. The sugar sailed to the depths of the sea in a pleasant atmosphere. Laboratory in Hawaii. Tang Jun opened his eyes. Boss, you're awake. The fusion of the virus is perfect this time. From the perspective of various indicators, you have directly reached the strength of a 6th-level awakener. A bald old doctor said excitedly. On the boss, they can be said to have poured all the strength of the entire institute. It finally worked. Not only did they restore the boss's body to a perfect state, but they also allowed him to directly break through to the strength of the 6th-level awakening. It seems that this year's year-end bonus can be doubled. Level 6. Tang Jun's eyes suddenly lit up. I didn't expect that my strength could suddenly increase so much. Tang Jun couldn't wait to climb out of the medical cabin. The feeling of his feet touching the ground made him excited. After so many years, he finally stood up again. At the same time, he also felt a powerful force. This is the 6th level awakener. Tang Jun looked at his fist excitedly. That kind of power is too surging. Tang Jun couldn't help but punch the medical cabin. With a loud noise, the metal medical cabin was directly deformed by him. Oops, my medical cabin. Boss, our Hawaii base is just such a medical cabin. The bald old doctor looked distressed. What's this? Just fix it if it's broken, don't care about expenses. By the way, now you can directly let people advance to the 6th level awakening strength. Will that help me mass produce super soldiers? Tang Jun asked excitedly. What a delightful day today. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 279. Boss, in order for you to safely fuse the virus this time, we have consumed double-digit red-eyed zombies. Although the method is feasible, the loss is too great. There is no way to mass produce it. Comparatively speaking, the mass production of level 3 awakeners is more cost-effective. Dr. Bald replied. Boss is really just a random idea, and the people below will break their legs. Mass production of level 6 awakeners? Joke. Are you mass producing level 3 awakeners? Also. By the way, how long have I slept? Tang Jun asked. About a week. What happened during the period? Your assistant Hank has sorted out and is waiting for your call at any time. Dr. Bald replied. Let Hank get ready and wait for me in the conference room in 10 minutes. Tang Jun walked to the bathroom naked. After some cleaning, Tang Jun came to the conference room wearing a bathrobe. In the conference room, Assistant Hank and 2 female zombies with collars were already waiting here. Boss, these 2 are red-eyed female zombies, please enjoy. Hank handed the rope of the collar to Tang Jun. Tang Jun looked at the 2 female zombies, one black and one white. They were both great ocean horses. The body is indeed bumpy, but it is too bumpy. Not as refined as Asian women. Forget it, let's use it first. You 2 move on your own. Tang Jun sat down on the sofa and said lightly. The 2 female zombies could only be obedient because of the bomb collars around their necks. Tang Jun took a deep breath. He finally felt what a man should feel. A strong sense of satisfaction made him feel very happy. Hank, report on the company's recent situation. What? Tang Jun shivered. Just a few seconds. This is a little embarrassing. Puff. The white female zombie couldn't help laughing. She had never seen such a weak man. Tang Jun's face suddenly darkened. Laugh at yourself? Tired of living? Tang Jun winked at Hank. Hank understood in seconds, took out the controller and pressed it. Bang and bang twice. The heads of the 2 female zombies exploded directly like watermelons. Hiss. You just need to fry this white one. Who will serve me if you kill the other one? Tang Jun frowned. Boss, do you want me to come? Hank shivered. Boss angry but will kill a lot of people. I've been with the boss for so long, the boss shouldn't mind. Come on your head. Go back and find a few for me, and talk about the serious business first. Tang Jun said with a straight face. Maybe it's because of the sage time, he doesn't want it very much now. Yes. Recent progress in all aspects of the company has been good. The North American base has already controlled more than half of the United States, and the weapons and equipment have almost been searched. It can be said that the combat power on the North American side is very strong. It is estimated that it will take a few months before the long-range missiles can be returned to use. There are some major discoveries over there at the Antarctic base. They excavated some ancient creatures that were frozen in the ground, and extracted some ancient viruses from these ancient creatures. After the combination of ancient virus and zombie virus, the effect is terrifying. We sacrificed several red-eyed zombies and several fifth-level awakeners, and only killed the experimental body with the help of hot weapons. I believe that when the research is in depth, we can stably control these mutant experimental bodies. The other is Captain Lucas. Hank was a little hesitant about this. Lucas? Didn't he go to the southwest of China to find those legendary bugs? What, came back empty-handed? Tang Jun frowned. Is the new field captain so unreliable? Failed the first mission? It looks like he should be punished properly. No. Not returning empty-handed. I didn't come back at all. When they arrived in the southwest, they encountered a Chinese special forces. Lucas reported that they were concerned that the team would interfere with their mission, so they attacked them and killed at least half of them. After that, Lucas never contacted the base again. I guess. Hank dared not speak. Grass. Has Lucas got in his head? In the whole world, the most special thing you can't mess with is China's special forces. They are so protective. You killed half of their team, it's no wonder they don't kill you. Tang Jun slammed the wine glass in his hand to the ground. It must be those who escaped and came to rescue the soldiers. Boss, should we continue to send people to the southwest? Hank asked. Never mind. For now, the focus is on the Antarctic base first, and don't spread the manpower. Tang Jun rubbed his temples. After the strength became stronger, the chi and blood surged by the temper was much more powerful than before. The position of field captain. Need to be on the lookout for a candidate? Hank asked. The field captain can be said to be the black job of the company. 3 field captains, the death interval is not a month. Whoever sits will die. No need to look. It's all a bunch of rice buckets. That's it, you'll be the field captain first. Let's wait until there is a suitable candidate. Tang Jun said lightly. Hank listened to the chrysanthemum tightly. This is such a cursed position. Concurrently serve as. I'm afraid that when I don't find the right person, I'll be cold. Okay, arrange a plane for me, I'm going to the North American base. On the plane, arrange a few female zombies. The Hawaii base will be handed over to you for the time being. Tang Jun poured a glass of wine and walked out across the corpse of the female zombie on the ground. Hank immediately trotted to arrange the plane and the female zombie to go. 10 minutes later, Tang Jun got on the plane and flew towards North America. Hank let out a long breath as he watched the plane disappear into the air. Serving the boss can be a stressful job, but luckily the boss is gone. The Hawaiian base is managed by itself, which means. Hank smiled. You can have a good time. He had already taken a fancy to a female assistant in the laboratory. This time I can deal with her well, if she doesn't agree. Then grab it and use it as an experiment. Hank smiled and walked to the laboratory. I went to the hospital for a heart check today, and I made an appointment for tomorrow's cardiovascular CT. I will try my best to add another chapter tonight. Let's see if I add more tomorrow. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 280. 10 nautical miles from Hawaii. Wang Ran asked Tang Tang to stop moving forward. According to Butler, scattered mines have already been deployed from this area. Wang Ran didn't want to hurt the sugar. Let's change the boat next. Wang Ran let Xiao Hong and others sit in a lifeboat and let the dolphins drag away in the sea. Dolphins can identify the location of mines in the water and can easily avoid them. Wang Ran took Su Xiao and Tang Tang to sit on the little sea monster. Now the little sea monsters are much smaller and can't carry too many people. However, Tang Tang really likes the current little sea monster. It's pink and tender, and it feels very good. Uncle, why don't you? Tang Tang's big eyes turned maliciously again. Stop thinking about it. The attack is about to begin. Wang Ran patted Tang Tang's head. Tang Tang stuck out his tongue. Well, let's hold back a little. Led by dolphins and little sea monsters, the group flexibly avoided all the mines and reefs in the sea. Soon, the archipelago appeared in front of everyone. Master, which island are we attacking? Xiao Hong asked. According to Butler, the base's headquarters is on Oahu. Let's go to Oahu with Xiao Tang Tang. Xiao Hong, you take people to the big island, where many experimental subjects are detained, and they are all released, which can not only cause trouble for them, but also increase our manpower. Wang Ran quickly made arrangements. Of course, Wang Ran must carry Butler, the leading party, with him. After the split, the little sea monster took Wang Ran and others to swim towards Oahu. On the beach on Oahu, Hank, the newly appointed head of the Hawaii base, is walking with a female research assistant. Director Hank, are you thinking too much? I have no idea about you at all. The female assistant decisively rejected Hank's offer. Hank's face twitched. It hurts a bit when I was rejected when I first became a supervisor. Since it's not okay to be distracted, the only way to go is to be hard. I heard that there is a shortage of experimental subjects in Oshima recently. Especially female subjects. Hank said lightly, while not forgetting to glance at the female assistant. The female assistant was shocked. Is this a blatant threat? If you don't obey him, you can only be captured as an experimental subject? As a research assistant, she certainly knew how miserable the subjects were. Not only will they have to undergo various cruel and inhuman experiments, and after they become zombies, they may also become the RB equipment of the staff. The female assistant was silent. No matter how you choose, there seems to be no escape from the tragic ending. Hank raised his mouth proudly. He knew his threats had begun to have some effect. Power is most useful at all times. Come on, let me get comfortable here first. Hank patted his crotch and smiled proudly. Just when Hank was complacent, the female assistant suddenly took out a potion and plunged it into her own arm. You, what are you doing? Hank was startled. It's a violent potion. The female researcher is not an awakened person, she will turn into a zombie if injected. Sure enough, the female assistant's limbs twisted strangely, and her nails began to grow wildly. In less than 10 seconds, she turned into a silver-eyed female zombie. What, I still want to cool humans first, so you've turned into a zombie. Do you think I'll let you go by becoming a zombie? Hank pulled out the belt and walked towards the female zombie. Zombies, he can too. The female zombie roared towards Hank. Instead of cooperating with Hank, she wanted to kill him. It's a pity that Hank's strength is higher than that of the female zombie, so he quickly restrained her and tied her back with a belt. Roar! The female zombie roared in pain. But she had no ability to resist at all. Hank couldn't wait to take off his pants. No one usually comes to this beach, and he is not worried about being seen. Even if someone knew that it was Hank in charge, they would leave wisely. Now is the time to be happy. Just as Hank was about to pick up the female zombie pants, several figures appeared in the direction of the beach. There seems to be a squid-like monster. What's the situation? Hank stopped the movement in his hand and frowned and took a closer look. Seems like, Butler. And a man and two women. Those two girls are so pretty. Hank's mind was a little confused. Isn't Butler dead? Why did he reappear? Who are those people? Hank can only put on his pants first. Master, this guy's name is Hank, he is the personal assistant of boss Tang Jun, and he has a high status in the company. He seems to be getting ready to exercise. Butler introduced it beside Wang Ran. The personal assistant is not with the boss, come to the beach to post female zombies. It looks like the big boss is not in the Hawaiian Islands. Wang Ran quickly judged it. Let's go, take this place first and then talk about it. Wang Ran walked towards Hank quickly. Butler. What's the matter with you? Don't contact the company even if you don't die. Who are these guys? Hank asked arrogantly. Now he is not only the temporary field captain, but also the director of the Hawaii base, and his status can be said to be very high. It's normal to be arrogant in front of Butler. Hank, why don't you talk to my master like this? Butler is a slap in the face. A solid bang. It stunned Hank directly. Butler's strength is similar to Hank's, and this is a bit unexpected. When Hank came back to his senses, Butler had shrunk behind Wang Ran. Butler, you found a new owner. And bring them to our base. Why are you betraying the company? Just looking for death. Hank covered his face, his expression instantly turned cold. After he came to power, he hasn't killed anyone yet, just to deal with the traitor Butler and these unidentified outsiders. As soon as the cruel words were released, Hank was stunned. He suddenly realized that his strength was similar to Butler's, and there was still a numerical advantage on the opposite side. And I secretly came to the beach to play with my subordinates, and I specially told others not to approach this area when they were okay. Powerless, with no support. It's over, I'm in an unfavorable situation. Hank's eyelids began to beat constantly. His hand slowly stretched out behind him. There is a walkie-talkie there. When the other party is not paying attention, notify the base that someone is invading, then sprinkle a handful of sand and quickly escape. This plan looks good. +23.